All right, Patriots fans, buckle up because we need to talk about what's going on with New England right now. And honestly, it has been a roller coaster. The defense, which has historically been a cornerstone of this team, is showing some cracks that are impossible to ignore. When you break it down, the run defense has actually held up fairly well, giving up barely over 60 yards a game, which is solid, especially considering how brutal this league can be on running backs. But the passing defense? That's where the real trouble starts. Through the first 3 weeks, the Patriots are ranked 29th out of 32 teams in the NFL when it comes to defending the pass. That is not ideal by any stretch, and last week really highlighted those issues. We saw Alex Austin come in after just 2 drives and get pulled, which is a tough spot for any player. Charles Woods got thrown into the mix, and we've seen Marcus Jones and Carlton Davis trying to hold everything together. Carlton Davis had a rough outing, giving up a touchdown to DK Metcalf and also committing what looked like a questionable penalty. Austin, who many thought would step up while Christian Gonzalez was out, struggled early with a pass interference call and a defensive holding. It's not a great look, but these are the moments where depth and smart roster moves can really make a difference. The smart move, in my opinion, was the Patriots addressing their depth in a clever way after losing Mark Robinson to the Jets. Instead of panicking and trying to throw a big-name linebacker into the mix, they signed Tyrone Herring. Now, I can hear some of you laughing, thinking, who's Tyrone Herring? But when you break it down, this is exactly the kind of strategic thinking that can pay off over the long season. He has ideal size at 6'1" and 202 pounds, which makes him a solid target for those 50-50 balls that could decide games. Sure, his quickness isn't elite, and that's likely why he went from Dartmouth to Delaware during his college years. But the guy has experience, leadership, and solid stats, and he even had a strong showing at the East-West Shrine Bowl. This move isn't about expecting Herring to instantly fix the defense. It's about giving the Patriots options, creating a safety net, and maintaining flexibility. In the NFL, depth is everything, and having a player with potential on the practice squad can make a big difference when injuries inevitably pile up. Best case scenario is obviously getting Christian Gonzalez back fully healthy, and that seems likely sooner rather than later. But in the meantime, adding another player who can learn, contribute in practice, and potentially step up in a pinch is exactly the kind of proactive decision that smart teams make. It might not make headlines, but it can be the difference between a defense that crumbles under pressure and one that holds its own. Looking at the numbers, the pass defense has been a glaring issue. Giving up over 256 yards per game through the air and 5 touchdowns in just 3 games is a problem that needs immediate attention. Teams like the Cowboys have already put up 7 passing touchdowns against them. And while the rushing defense is solid, those aerial yards are dragging down the overall defensive ranking. Total defense, which combines run and pass, sees the Patriots giving up over 316 yards per game and 8 touchdowns. That's a number that will make any coach uneasy, especially when you see other teams in the league racking up similar or higher totals. These numbers paint a picture of a team that is strong on the ground, but struggling to close down the skies. The move to add depth through the practice squad is also interesting because it shows a willingness to think outside the box. Rather than just reacting to one game or one injury, the Patriots are looking at the bigger picture, assessing potential talent, and trying to maintain a competitive edge. It's a subtle strategy, but in the long grind of the NFL season, these small moves often compound into meaningful advantages. The fact that they're keeping their eyes on emerging talent rather than just plugging holes with veterans indicates a focus on sustainable success, which is something fans can get behind even if the immediate results aren't perfect. Offensively, there are areas that need cleaning up too. Fumbles have been an issue, and while those are correctable with practice and discipline, they still impact games. The passing game and quarterback play remain under scrutiny, and seeing young players like Charles Woods get snaps unexpectedly shows both the risk and the opportunity that comes with NFL depth charts. There's always uncertainty, but these moments give teams a chance to evaluate players in real game conditions, which is invaluable. For Patriots fans, the hope is that once Christian Gonzalez is back and the young players gain some experience, the defensive backfield can stabilize and start performing at the level we've come to expect from this franchise. Looking ahead, the schedule presents more challenges. Teams like the Panthers are next, and the early season has been a mix of wins and losses that don't make predictions straightforward. The Panthers have been inconsistent, winning 1 and losing 2, with games showing flashes of potential but also exposing weaknesses. The Falcons, traditionally a team with a lot of talent that often underperforms, are another factor to consider. Evaluating opponents isn't just about looking at records. It's about reading how their schemes are evolving, how their quarterbacks are performing, and how players match up on the field. For the Patriots, preparation and adaptability will be crucial in navigating these matchups successfully. So when we step back and look at the bigger picture, the story of New England so far this season is a mix of promise and caution. The run defense is solid, showing that fundamentals are still in place. The passing defense is struggling, which puts pressure on adjustments and smart roster moves. Quarterback depth and strategic signings like Tyrone Herring reflect a front office that is thinking ahead, while fans wait eagerly for key players like Christian Gonzalez to return and provide stability. It's a dynamic situation, one that requires close attention to player performance, coaching adjustments, and the inevitable unpredictability of the NFL. Every practice, every snap, and every roster decision contributes to the larger narrative of how this season will unfold. Patriots fans should stay engaged because while the early signs may be uneven, the team is making the right moves behind the scenes to put itself in the best position to succeed. Moving on from the defense, it's impossible to ignore how the offensive side of the ball has been performing. There have been flashes of brilliance, but also moments that leave you scratching your head. The Patriots' offense has had to deal with injuries, adjustments, and growing pains, especially in the passing game. Christian Gonzalez being out has obviously affected the team's rhythm, and the young players stepping in have had their fair share of struggles. Bryce Young, for instance, has had moments where he shows why he's considered talented, but there's also been inconsistency that keeps the coaching staff on edge. Completing passes in tight windows, reading defensive schemes, and maintaining composure under pressure are all areas where young quarterbacks are still learning, and the Patriots are feeling the impact of that in real time. Rushing has been slightly more stable. The Patriots have put together solid runs, and when you look at the total yardage, it's clear that the offensive line is holding its own better than some might expect given the early season shuffling. The challenge comes when the team needs explosive plays to shift momentum. Defensive coordinators are aware of the patterns and are adapting, meaning the Patriots need more creativity, faster reads, and better execution if they want to consistently move the chains. Fumbles have also been an issue, not catastrophic, but enough to alter the flow of games and put pressure back on the defense. Ball security, timing, and situational awareness are areas that the coaching staff is clearly emphasizing in practice, because one misstep can swing the momentum and the score in the NFL faster than almost any other sport. Another factor is the chemistry between the quarterback and the receiving core. When players like Marcus Jones, Charles Woods, and others are rotated in unexpectedly, timing becomes critical. A play that might have been seamless with a veteran quarterback suddenly becomes a matter of improvisation, which increases the risk of turnovers or failed conversions. On the other hand, these opportunities can reveal hidden potential, and the Patriots have always been a team that thrives on discovering talent where others may overlook it. Tyrone Herring on the practice squad, as mentioned in the first part, might not be a household name now, but giving players chances to prove themselves in practice and in limited game situations is part of the formula that has helped this franchise stay competitive year after year. When we look ahead at the schedule, there are key matchups that could define the early season trajectory. The Panthers, who are coming off a 1-2 start, are unpredictable but still dangerous. Their offense has struggled to find consistency, but teams can never take them lightly. Rookie quarterbacks, injury replacements, and even coaching adjustments can turn a seemingly manageable opponent into a tough challenge. This is why preparation matters more than ever. The Patriots need to anticipate not just the plays they will see, but also the adjustments that will be thrown at them during the game. The mental side of football is often underrated, but in these closely contested matchups, it's every bit as important as physical performance. Offensively, situational football is going to be key. Third down conversions, red zone efficiency, and clock management are areas where even small improvements can yield big results. The Patriots coaching staff is known for being meticulous, and fans should expect that they are breaking down film, analyzing tendencies, and making adjustments designed to maximize every possession. That's where experience matters. Veteran players who can execute in tight spots and communicate effectively on the field become invaluable, especially when young players are still finding their footing. It's a balance between development and execution, and the Patriots are walking that line carefully. Special teams also deserve a mention because they can quietly influence games more than fans realize. Field position, kick coverage, and returns all factor into the overall performance of the team. Mistakes here may not always appear in highlight reels, but they can dramatically affect momentum, particularly in close contests. The Patriots' special teams units have been solid in coverage and return situations, which helps offset some of the challenges the offense and defense have faced early in the season. Every yard gained or lost in these situations is magnified in a league where games are often decided by a single play or a single mistake. Looking at the overall picture, the Patriots are a team in transition, but not in crisis. The defensive challenges, particularly in the pass defense, are a concern, but the proactive roster moves indicate forward thinking. Offensively, the balance between rushing and passing shows promise, even if execution has been inconsistent at times. Young players getting reps, veterans providing stability, and coaches emphasizing fundamentals all combine to create an environment where growth is possible and momentum can shift quickly. The key for Patriots fans is to watch closely, stay informed, and understand that early season struggles are part of the journey. Football is a long season, and teams that adapt, innovate, and execute consistently often emerge stronger in the second half. Depth, versatility, and strategic moves like adding Herring to the practice squad or getting key players back from injury are examples of how the front office is thinking ahead. These are subtle but impactful decisions that can change the trajectory of a season, even if they don't make the headlines immediately. It's also worth emphasizing the mental toughness required from the players. Facing adversity, dealing with inconsistent performances, and adjusting to in-game challenges requires resilience. The Patriots have historically prided themselves on their preparation and ability to stay composed under pressure, and those traits are likely being tested right now. Watching how young players respond, how veterans step up, and how coaching adjustments play out will be fascinating over the next few games. As the team prepares for upcoming matchups, including the Panthers and later opponents who bring unique challenges, every practice, snap, and coaching adjustment matters. Fans should pay attention to the evolution of the defense in the passing game, the chemistry between quarterbacks and receivers, and how situational football impacts the outcome. These are the layers that define a team's identity. And for New England, the narrative this season is still being written. The early struggles highlight areas for improvement, but the moves being made and the depth being developed suggest a strategic approach that could pay off as the season progresses. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL rumor mill is swirling with one of the most shocking developments of the offseason. Shaduer Sanders, the rising star quarterback whose collegiate exploits had everyone talking, has reportedly made a decision that could shake the league to its core. Sources close to the matter claim that Sanders has accepted an irresistible offer from the New England Patriots, a move that has immediately set social media ablaze. While nothing has been officially announced, insiders suggest the Patriots front office has been working tirelessly behind the scenes to construct a package that Sanders simply couldn't refuse. The deal, described by those in the know as game-changing, is rumored to include not just a lucrative salary, but also significant guarantees and performance incentives that would place Sanders among the highest-earning young quarterbacks in the NFL. Analysts are already speculating about how this move could alter the Patriots' long-term strategy, potentially signaling a new era in Foxborough under a dynamic and highly touted signal caller. Fans and pundits alike are divided. On one hand, the Patriots' penchant for cultivating quarterback talent could give Sanders the perfect environment to flourish. On the other, questions abound about whether he will be able to step into the high-pressure New England spotlight and meet the lofty expectations that come with being labeled a potential franchise savior. Some insiders hint that the Patriots see Sanders as a cornerstone for the next decade, a move that could finally cement their post-Brady era identity. Across the league, rival teams are reportedly scrambling, evaluating how this acquisition might affect their own quarterback plans. From the front offices to fantasy football enthusiasts, everyone seems to be talking about the SHEDUER sweepstakes. The buzz is undeniable. Whether it's a calculated masterstroke or a high-risk gamble, one thing is certain. The Patriots have made a statement, and the NFL world is watching closely. If true, this deal would not only make headlines, but also set off a domino effect that could reshape division battles and playoff projections alike. As the rumor spreads and speculation runs wild, one question lingers. Could Shaduer Sanders be the key to returning New England to the championship conversation? Only time will tell, but for now, the whisper of a deal has fans dreaming, analysts theorizing, and the NFL landscape holding its collective breath. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.